Hello lovely beaders. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am making this wrap bracelet. It is a Christmas gift for my son. I have never shown this style on my channel before. I am not a professional with this technique, but I wanted to share how I make it. I hope you will like it. Let's get started. These are the materials I used for this bracelet, but you can make this style with any kind of beads you like. I cut 46 centimeters of leather for this project. I have folded it in half like this, so now it is 23 centimeters long. You can see my beads arranged in order at the top of the screen. I will follow this pattern for the bracelet. I am using this coin instead of a button. I use its size to decide how big the loop should be on the leather. Sometimes I use leather sewing thread for my beads. It is a very strong and durable thread. I chose the black one for this project. I want the bracelet to have a darker look. I like to start by tying the thread onto the leather with a knot. My hands are a bit nervous because of the camera. I cannot find the right grip on the thread. But believe me, in the end I will tie that double knot. It just takes a little bit of time. It is not always as easy as it looks on video, but we are almost there. After the struggle with the double knot, I wrap the thread around the two pieces of leather many times. I do this very tightly so they do not slide apart while I work. This also hides the end of the thread and keeps the knot safe. When I feel the wrapping is enough, I push the needle under the threads between the two pieces of leather. Then I tie these wrapped parts together. It should look like you are making a little bow. And I repeat this on the other side too. Now we have a tight loop for the button. From here we can start with a stable base. Bring your needle through between the two pieces of leather. The thread should always be between the two leathers before you pick up a bead. String your first bead and bring it down on your thread to sit between the two strings of leather. It is important to position your first bead correctly. For me, the most important thing is how the thread looks on the leather. I want it to be perfectly symmetrical and even. When the bead is in the right place, I loop the thread over the top leather. I bring the needle under the leather and go through the bead diagonally. The needle goes into the bead at the back of the bracelet and comes out at the front on top of the second leather. And now I repeat this step from the other direction too. And just to make it even more stable, I go through the bead one more time from top to bottom. Now there are 2 layers of thread inside the bead. I hope this will be strong enough for my son who is always on the move. Bring the needle out to the middle between the 2 leathers. And now we are ready to pick up another bead. String a bead. Slide it down on your thread and fit it between the 2 leather strings. Try to place it so it does not sit on top of the first bead, but do not leave a gap between them. Align it straight before you loop the thread over the leather and go through the bead. Now go through the bead from bottom to top. And now go from top to bottom again to have the double thread inside the bead. And the last step is to bring the needle out between the 2 leathers. Now you can pick up a new bead. And repeat the steps with this bead too. Bring it down. Align it. Loop the thread around the top leather. Loop the thread around the bottom leather. And go around the top leather again to have the double thread inside the bead. Don't forget to come out from between the 2 leathers. Keep going until you reach the right length minus a little space to attach the button. I have finished mine. It is the size I wanted. Now I need to wrap the thread around this end of the bracelet too. This is to close this end and to have a stable part where I can attach the button. I wrap the thread a few times just to have a place to tuck the needle under for a knot. This way the wrapping will not slide around anymore. It is not easy to do the first few rounds because everything gets caught in the thread. But once there is a knot, it becomes much easier. So I tuck the needle under the wrapped thread and I tie a knot to secure the wrapping. And now it is much easier to wrap the thread around the leather strings. I will not finish my thread, I just use it to secure the ends of the leather. When the button is ready, I will use this same thread to attach it here. But first I make another knot to secure the wrapping. My coin is not even 2 centimeters. It is only 19 millimeters, so I already know that the bezel I am making will be a bit too big for it. Since this will be part of a bracelet, it will get a lot more bumps and wear than a pendant or earrings. That is why I am not using Delica beads, which are more fragile. I am using size 11 seed beads instead. I need 48 seed beads for the starting circle. I always count them twice just to be sure I don't make a mistake. Go through the beads again so they form a circle. Make a peyote row with the size 11 seed beads. This is a simple tubular peyote row. When you step out from the first bead, string another and go through the third bead, skipping the second. The new bead will sit on top of the second bead. Repeat this step around. I am using a coin instead of a button now, but most of these bracelets use real buttons. If you have a button that fits the size and style, you don't need to bead a bezel like I do. But if you want something more unique, you can bezel a Rivoli or a beautiful capuchon instead. At the end of the row you will need to step up. And to do the step up, you need to go through the last bead from your starting circle and the first bead strung in the new row. Start a peyote row with size 15 seed beads. Returning to my button tips, I have more ideas for you. For some of my earlier leather bracelets, I sometimes beaded the entire button. If you have a favorite round mandala pattern that is stable enough, you can use it as a button. For one of my bracelets, I beaded a donut shape from size 3 and 4 round beads. It looked really great on the bracelet. Experiment and find the right button for your bracelet. At the end of the row, step up for the next row. Make another row with size 15 seed beads. Now I need to tell you something more serious. I shared my first free pattern here almost 2 years ago, when it turned out I couldn't continue my previous work. I have a wonderful family who supports me, but my income is missing more and more from our budget. The plan was to earn a little extra from YouTube views, but after 2 years I am not even close. A video like this takes 3 to 4 days of my week, and financially I can't afford this anymore. Since I give my patterns for free here, my income from paid patterns has also decreased. I need to fix this because I can't buy bread without money. I am trying to find a way to earn more from my patterns so this channel can stay for a while, but I cannot promise anything. I will finish the videos I already started, but I don't know what happens after that. Thank you for listening, and if you have any ideas to help, I'd love to read them in the comments. We are finished with one side. Now I can put the coin into the bezel, and as you can see, it is not too big for it. Now I need to lead the thread to the other side of the bezel to bead the back as well. Start the back of the bezel with a peyote row with size 15 seed beads. The bezel is still loose for now. As you can see, the coin even fell out of it. After I finish this row, I will still be able to take the coin out and flip it over. I didn't even notice that I put it back the wrong way after it fell out. I want to see the side with the number that will be the front of the button. I had to think about which side of the coin I liked better, and I chose the side with the number. So that side must be on the other side, because what we are beading now will be the back of our button. Step up for the next row. I can cut the thread end because the beginning of the beading will not unravel after this row. And now I notice that the coin is in the bezel the wrong way. See how easy it is to flip it over even now. Make the second row of peyote with size 15 seed beads. This is a basic bracelet, exactly what my son wanted. But you can make these in so many ways. Only your imagination is the limit. You can make it longer to wrap around the wrist or wider with more beads. You can even create waves by using different bead sizes. If you like this technique, I recommend experimenting with it. Don't forget to step up for the next row. The two sides look the same now, but I need to continue the back to create a base to connect it to the bracelet. So the next row will be a decreasing row. Pick up one size 15 seed bead and go through 2 beads at once. We only put a bead into every second gap. My family celebrates Christmas, so first of all, I wish you all a peaceful Christmas. But I also want to wish happy holidays to those who celebrate different traditions now. I wish a happy holiday to everyone who is watching and listening to my video, no matter what you celebrate. I hope you are all well and happy and you can enjoy the holidays. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I used half as many seed beads as in the row before. To start the new row, you need to step up. String size 11 seed beads between the beads strung in the last row. They will not completely fill the gap between the two size 15 seed beads, but almost. Don't forget to step up for the last row. Make another peyote row with size 11 seed beads. For me, there are no small or big beading projects. The project I am working on is always the big one. Whenever I have to design a piece of jewelry, it is my happy project. I don't know what other work I could do that would bring me more joy. I need to strengthen these last 2 rows of size 11 seed beads by going through them again. We will use these rows to attach this coin onto the bracelet. When I finish strengthening this row, I will finish the thread and cut it. I am doing this because I will use the bracelet's thread to sew the button on. I don't know what happened with my first row, but there is a little bump among the white beads. It feels like one bead is a bit bigger and doesn't fit the row. I didn't notice it at the start, but now I can't stop looking at it. My son doesn't mind, so I won't undo it. Otherwise, I would have cut it and started over by now. And now, I am attaching the finished coin button to the bracelet. I won't explain much because the process is visible. But I will tell you that I choose 3 beads from one side of the last rows to attach that part. Then I go to the other side and choose 3 beads opposite them to attach that side too. I use many wraps in between to secure it well. When I feel that the button is attached securely enough, I lead my thread into the peyote rows of the button and finish it. I won't show the whole process now because it is boring and takes a long time. But I will be back with the finished bracelet. You will wait for that, right? And with a snap of my fingers, I am finished with the thread. I trim the leather under the button and cut off the excess thread, but the bracelet is ready. How do you like it? I showed it to my son because I didn't want to put a gift under the Christmas tree that he might not like. But he likes it, so I will give it a nice gift wrap. Did you also make jewelry as a Christmas gift? And that's the end of today's video. If you watched it and liked it, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for spending time with me. See you next week.